Welcome to Your City Connections, where you get to meet entertaining and informative guests. Guests such as an artist with a brush or with a camera, and a guest with a violin. City Connections, providing insightful interviews with favorite son Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb, to city commissioners, the mayor, interviews with a rodeo queen, to beauty queen, and even an NBA player. Now, join Steve Kime as he discusses another engaging topic on City Connections.
Welcome to City Connections. I'm Steve Kime. Thanks for joining us today. Last year we had an opportunity to talk about Loaves and Fishes and everything they're involved in. So this is kind of part two, if you will, of our show to talk about how you can give and how you can make a difference, but also about some of the changes that are taking place in the community. So thank you for joining us on City Connections. My special guest today, my immediate left, is Carrie Sanders. She's the Executive Director. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
And say we had you on TV early in the morning, so this is a lot better time, right?
You bet.
And so there's Carrie Sanders, Executive Director of Loaves and Fishes, and then to my far left, excuse me, Jennifer Kisling, a Volunteer Coordinator. Jennifer, welcome back.
Thanks.
So we'll do a little tag team today with get all the information we can about how you can continue to make a difference in the community. Carrie, right off the bat, what is Loaves and Fishes? And I'm curious to know how many families that you help out.
Well, Loaves and Fishes is a food and resource center that started here in Enid in the fall of 2012. So we're kind of a new organization. We mainly operate a client choice food pantry where low-income families that qualify can come in and receive food assistance once a month, and they actually get to pick out the food that they want to take with them.
Let me interrupt real quick. When you say low-income family, excuse me, what's that qualifier? Can you tell us specifically?
Yeah, it's set at 185% of the poverty level, and that's set nationally.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you and keep talking about the number of families that you help and all.
Currently, we're serving about 800 families every month. That translates into about 1,900 people. So the food that we give out every month goes to help about 1,900 residents in our area.
That's an incredible amount of number. If I just think about the Enid community, I'm thinking, no, surely not. That's not the case. But it's, as we visited last year, really raised the awareness of the need to help in this regard. So as Executive Director, what does your role involve in?
Well,
make coffee, open the door, and everything else, right?
All of the above.
Okay.
I am the janitor and the maintenance man, but my major job is to run the food pantry and make sure that we get the shelves stocked in the morning, unload trucks. We have a lot of partnerships throughout the community with different organizations and donors, and my job is to kind of facilitate those partnerships and make sure that pantry happens efficiently. Getting all those families through can be quite difficult. And my job would not be possible without our army of volunteers that Loaves and Fishes have. We have lot of dedicated individuals who come in every week. We wouldn't be able to open our doors without 20 to almost 30 people sometimes when we're really busy, volunteers that come in and do a variety of different jobs.
Well, that's a great segue, a great setup for my next question with Jennifer Kisling. Jennifer, you are the volunteer coordinator. If you would, just share with our viewers what that role is. And then the second part of the question is, how did you get involved?
Sure, absolutely. As volunteer coordinator, my job is to recruit volunteers and make sure once you get there, you're having fun. We don't waste anybody's time because I know everyone's time is valuable. And so we want to make sure that they're there, they feel important, that they feel appreciated, and that they feel like they are helping others. And that's one really cool thing about Loaves and Fishes is every time you come down, you know you leave feeling, you know you've helped someone else in need. And that's just a great feeling. I got involved within the first year of Loaves and Fishes opening back in 2012. Okay. I came to them and they had a need for someone to train volunteers and recruit volunteers. And I thought I might have the skill set to be able to help them with that. In the meantime, as we've progressed and grown, we have switched over, and the volunteer training portion of my job is now done by an AmeriCorps member, and so that's fantastic. And so my job really has morphed into more marketing and PR for Loaves and Fishes, as well as recruitment and going out and giving speeches in the community.
And I take it by the energy that you bring to the TV studio today that it takes a lot of energy to be this volunteer coordinator. Because
Yes.
if you're dealing with the opportunity to help 800 families, it's work.
It is.
And if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. I remember my mom used to say that all the time. Steve, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. So you need to bring some energy to the table. Carrie, I have a phone number of 540-9830, and we will have that on the screen throughout our program today, 540-9830, where you can find out more about Loaves and Fishes. Carrie, people are watching the show and they say, we know that you have food drives at different times throughout the year, but outside of those food drives, somebody's saying, well, how can I help Loaves and Fishes? So what kind of donations are accepted? Is it food only, or do you can somebody write a check, or how can they help?
That's a great question. The three things that we always need more of at Loaves and Fishes are food on the shelf, money in order to put more food on the shelf, and volunteers in order to help us get that food to the families that really need it. We accept a variety of donations. People can drop off any donations to Loaves and Fishes. We have a bin right outside of our front door, so we don't even have to be there to accept those donations unless it is a perishable item. But we also have local gardeners who have an overabundance of zucchini or squash crop, and they want to donate those things to other people. And so we take gardeners' overabundance. We have a program called Hunters for Hungry, where people can shoot a deer and they can take it to Big Country and get it processed, and then we're able to take those items. We also have people that give their time, lots and lots of volunteers. We were talking earlier, we have about 125 active volunteers, but yet we always have more jobs. There is always work to be done at the food pantry. They start by driving the truck in the morning. They can greet families as they're coming in, answer the phones. They can help individuals shop, actually pick out their food. They can do a quick interview and help register or make sure that clients qualify. There's lots of things to be done.
So the short answer on how individuals can help is food, money, and volunteering, right?
That's correct.
That's what I heard. Our special guest today on City Connections is Carrie Sanders, Executive Director of Loaves and Fishes, and also the Volunteer Coordinator, Jennifer Kisling. Jennifer, question to you regarding the volunteering of time. As a volunteer, what could I do? Am I lifting boxes? Am I sorting food? Can you kind of give us a rundown?
Absolutely.
Somebody says, you know, I think I could do some volunteering, but I don't know what is expected of me.
Sure.
So what?
Our volunteers range in age from little bitty all the way up to, we have a 90-year-old. And so it depends the time of year that you're coming to volunteer. We have family volunteering days occasionally, and that's when our little hands can get involved. But in the meantime, on a regular daily basis, you have to be 13 years old to volunteer. 13 to 15-year-olds can volunteer with an adult, and 16 to 18-year-olds can volunteer on their own. And then, of course, over 18, you can come anytime you want. But it does take a lot of us to get the job done. There's a lot of work to be done. And so we try to tailor-make those jobs for the individual. If it's someone who needs a desk job, I'll find you a desk job. If it's someone who can lift some boxes, oh, we've got plenty to do for you. But we will make sure that the jobs fit the person, their personality, and that you have a lot of fun as you're volunteering your time to your community.
Jennifer, is there the flexibility where, okay, 1 month I'm doing the heavy lifting of the boxes, but the next month I want to do something else? Is there that flexibility built in, or am I just stuck with lifting boxes?
No, absolutely. We will move you around whatever is most convenient for you. And you may look around and see a need that we haven't even noticed in the pantry yet. And we'll create a job based on that need if you feel like you can fill it.
Okay. Carrie, I know you mentioned the food, the money, and also the volunteers, but is there an item? I know when you have your food drive and just everything comes in. But throughout the year, what would you say would be the most requested item that seems to be on that top list? Is there one particular item?
Well, it kind of changes based on the season and based on our current donations and where we need to fill the gaps. Right now, with the weather getting a little bit cooler in the winter, we're always in need of hearty soups. And the reason being is that it's a full meal. It has your protein and your vegetables already in it, and so we go through a lot of soup in the winter. Other items that are always requested that we don't usually have a lot of are household and hygiene items. People don't really think about donating those types of products for a food drive, but think about how needed they are in every single household in America. So we take a variety of items, perishable and even the regular non-perishable, but we have large commercial cooler space and a large commercial freezer space, so we can even take those perishable items like dairy, cheese, eggs, things like that.
Yeah, because I noticed when I was at your office, it was like a grocery store. I mean, I'm walking down the aisles, there's all the cans, and then I noticed the refrigerators that you had there, so you have that opportunity as well. And I appreciate you mentioning the fact about, what did you say, toiletries? Is that the official word or whatever? Because many times that we're locked into the canned good mindset, or we can be, or macaroni and cheese in a box or something like that. But it's good to mention the other things that people can help with as well. Again, the number to call is 540-9830 if you can find out more about Loaves and Fishes and how, as a member of our great community, you can be involved. Jennifer, let's stay on the topic of volunteering. You kind of outlined some of the responsibilities and the opportunities to volunteer. So do they call that number, or is there a special 1-800-volunteer number to call? Somebody's watching the show and they said, okay, Jennifer, I'm going to help you out. I want to participate. How do they get started? How do they reach out to you?
They can absolutely call that number.
Okay.
But the easiest way, we're digital now. We're big kids, and we've entered the digital age in our third year at Loaves and Fishes. And so they can go to our website at www.loavesandfishesnwok.org. On the website, you'll see a volunteer tab. Click that, and then it will open up to several different applications that you can fill out digitally, and then our AmeriCorps member will contact you and make sure you're still wanting to volunteer and what days work best for your schedule.
Great. And that number again is 540-9830 and loavesandfishesnwok.org. Boy, that's a long title on the business card.
Yeah.
I hope it fits on the screen today, that's for sure. My special guest today on City Connections, Carrie Sanders, as the Executive Director of Loaves and Fishes, and also the Volunteer Coordinator, Jennifer Kisling. We'll have more with these two young ladies right after this. Welcome back to City Connections. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Steve Kime, the Director of Public Relations and Marketing for the City of Enid, and also involved with the Enid Television Network. We just appreciate you joining us on such a, I think, an informative show, because we get to talk about different organizations in our community that make a difference. And one of those organizations is Loaves and Fishes, and my special guest today, Carrie Sanders, the Executive Director, and all the way to my left, Jennifer Kisling, the Volunteer Coordinator. Carrie, my question to you, I know you have food drives, few food drives through the year. So besides getting stuff, what do you hope to accomplish?
Well, we really like to engage the community in our mission at Loaves and Fishes. And the food drive is really to help get everybody involved in our mission of feeding our hungry neighbors. So the food that you donate actually stays in our community to help families that live in Garfield County and the surrounding area. We rely on food donations at Loaves and Fishes, and these food drives really help us in order to have enough food to put on the shelf every day in order to help as many families that we do. We're really hoping that the food drives put enough food on our shelf to last several months and through the holidays.
Carrie touched on this a little bit earlier in our show today, that seasonal items, as she mentioned, you know, soup and so forth for the winter months and things like that. My question to Jennifer is there a particular month that families need the most help? Is it a 12-month ordeal, or is it a summertime? Or
We love that question because a lot of people think the holidays are rolling around.
Thanksgiving's the
we
only
need
time
to make
do
sure,
this.
that people need to eat that one meal a year, and it's not true. We need to feed. You know, people need food every month of the year. In fact, our most busiest months are during the summer. It's when those kids are out of school and they aren't receiving the free and reduced meals, the breakfasts and the lunches, and so that's 2 extra meals each and every day for each child in the home. The parents are having to figure out where to find that food to put on the table. So our summer months are huge. Also the holidays. We see a lot of families coming in and needing a little bit of extra food because they have extra family coming in that they need to feed during that time. But hunger is a year-round problem. It's an issue that we all should help with because it's something that affects people you know. It's people you work with. It's people you go to church with. It's people you live down the street with. Hunger is real in Enid and the surrounding areas.
It's great that we live in a country where we place emphasis on Thanksgiving, being thankful and sharing, and Christmas and giving and stuff like that. But that's only 2 out of 12 months, and we need to be mindful of the other months as well. So Carrie, someone who's watching the program and they're saying, well, I believe I fit that criteria that I need help. Can you kind of walk us through the process? They don't know how to get started. So they could probably begin by calling that number, but can you walk us through how this all works?
Absolutely. Our food pantry is open 12 hours every week. We're open Monday through Thursdays. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we're open from 1 to 4 p.m. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have kind of extended hours from 3 to 6 p.m. So if you are a family that is needing some food, you just come to our food pantry during those times. Okay. The first time they come in, we do ask them to provide a little bit of information. So they'll have to bring in their photo ID, identification for all the members of the household because we're giving more food based on those members in the household, and something to verify their income. So a pay stub, a bank statement, tax return, whatever is easiest. And you come in through the front door. We have a sign-in sheet. It's kind of like a small doctor's office where we pull them back one at a time and do that interview. And then once they go through that process, then when they qualify to shop, a volunteer will take them through the food pantry, help them make their food choices, talk to them about some recipes, how to put things together in the pantry to make meals out of. And then hopefully when they leave our facility, they leave with an entire grocery cart full of food.
Can you share with us again those hours of operation? You said what, Monday through Thursday?
Sure. On Monday and Wednesday, we're open from 1 to 4. Okay. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're open from 3 to 6.
Very good. Jennifer, we've already addressed the need that you need food and you need money and volunteers. On the subject of money, you said you're in the digital age now, but how can people donate? Can they just show up with a check, or is there online options? Tell us how you can take monetary donations.
Yes, all of the above.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to,
Plus some.
Absolutely. If you want to mail in a check, our address is 701 East Main. You can send it through the snail mail. You can also go on our website at www.loavesandfishesnwok.org. There is a button to click for donations. You can just put your credit card in, and it'll make it fast and easy for you. And you can also just bring the check directly to us. What's important about the monetary donations is for people to understand that's the biggest way to make an impact on hunger in our area. $1 equals 6 meals. Because of our purchasing power with the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, we're able to take that dollar and really stretch it, where it might cost you 60 cents to buy a can of tomatoes at the grocery store. We can buy a pallet of tomatoes for a fraction of that amount. So the money really does go a long ways.
Very good. I appreciate you sharing all those different options. And I want to remind everybody that's watching that the show continues to grow. You know, you can watch this on your iPhone or also on your personal or home computer. But it ends up on YouTube, and so it has legs or feet. It starts walking. So I need to remind you the area code is 580-540-9830. I've been saying the number throughout the show without the area code. But for those of you out of state, I'm sure you would take the donation as well. It's 580-540-9830. And as Jennifer said, the website loavesandfishes.nwok.org. Well, it's been a quick visit, but I still have another question for you. I just appreciate both of you being here and the work that you're doing with Loaves and Fishes. Carrie, I want to give you this opportunity really to speak to the viewers of, you know, just what it means for their help.
Yeah, well, first, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come on City Connections and talk to the Enid residents. But I wanted also to say thank you. The Enid community has really bought into the mission of Loaves and Fishes, and we couldn't do what we do every day without their help, with their financial support, the volunteers that donate their time. We're really appreciative of that, and we appreciate that they come and help us every day in order to fight hunger and feed hope in our community.
Well said. Jennifer Kisling, thank you for being with us today. You're just a walking encyclopedia. You have all kinds of information. So if you want to find out how to get involved and plugged into Loaves and Fishes on the volunteering side or the money side of donations, contact Jennifer. And also Carrie Sanders, the executive director. I'm sure Carrie would be glad to meet with you about how you can have an impact. So ladies, thank you very much. Quick visit, huh?
Thank you. That's great.
It goes so quick. Well, again, thank you for what you do in our community, and we appreciate the opportunity, because people are always looking for an opportunity to give back, and Loaves and Fishes is just one of the many opportunities in our great community to give back. And thank you for being with us on City Connections. I have the most fun meeting folks, talking about what they're involved in, but also bringing these shows to you to let you know what's going on in Enid, Oklahoma. So thanks for joining us, and I look forward to another topic. I think we've got a long list of some special guests coming up, so stay tuned and we'll share those with you. Until then, make it a great day. Thanks.